I talked to about 80 creators for this interview.
How's it going, Neil? I got a fun one for you.
I don't think a piece of content should be penalized just because it was created with AI.
Congratulations, man.
Yes, sir, man.
First ever.
I got that W, man. Live on YouTube, man. How you feel? You was going for me, right?
I'm a fan, man. So congrats to you. That looked amazing.
Thank you, Neil.
Super cool. What are you going to do with that?
In this video today, you're going to understand why it is good not to be focusing and not to be blaming YouTube algorithm too much. YouTube CEO is going to explain to you why it is recommended that you should be focusing on your delivery, on your authenticity and your passion, not all the noise that people have been saying online and all sorts of stuff. Let's dive in. Now, number one thing is the authenticity and passion. You are not supposed to be a guru in YouTube. You are not supposed to be a guru in content creation, having so many years of experience. But you're supposed to be real in the camera. You're supposed to be giving people value and not faking. Remember that people are always attentive to know if you're faking background, if you're faking the value that you're trying to give to them, and if you're faking your delivery plus copying other people in the YouTube platform.
Most important advice that I give to two pieces of advice that I give to somebody thinking about building a career on YouTube. The first is really think hard about what type of content you're passionate about. So if it happens to be t-shirts or something related to it.
No, I want to sell t-shirts.
I
want you to
yes.
tell me content.
Yes, but I think that if your only goal in life is to sell t-shirts, then you better also really care and have passion around creating content. It shouldn't be a means to an end.
Right.
So that's what I meant by home of creators, because if you don't have passion around that, you're not going to be your authentic self, and fans will figure that out very, very quickly, and you're not going to build a fan base. And so the first and most important thing that I would say is think hard about what you are really, really excited about. We work with all kinds of athletes on our platform, and it comes through really, really quickly when they're talking about something that they're really excited about versus not, right? Like, it's not just about throwing up a piece of content. And that's super, super important, because the power of YouTube is that it's not just an algorithm of your favorite meme of the week or favorite, what have you. It is about your face, you as the creator, and you built that because you talk about something authentically that your fans understand. That's really the most important thing.
And the only thing that will amplify your authenticity and your realness in your YouTube channel or in your content creation is to doing what you have passion in. You are a YouTuber, you are a pro footballer, you are a gamer. You must make sure that you're doing something that you have passion in it, because that is the only thing that will keep you going when you're not motivated, when you're not having that time of trying to learn new things in YouTube. You see, YouTube is like a show and people are coming there to watch the show. So if YouTube is giving you that power, that time and that platform to give out the show, and you fail to do that, YouTube is going to be pushing you.
I would say a few things might be different in 10 years. First, I would say that everything we've talked about, I still think that we're in the early innings of, meaning that the growth of content in general, but YouTube content is going to only continue to grow on screens like the living room. We're just getting started there. I would say that probably the biggest early stage sort of phenomenon that I see that I'm very excited about, actually a lot of it is being driven by what's happening here in India, is just this whole idea of creator-led content production. So it's creators are the startups of Hollywood. And I mean Hollywood, I mean Bollywood, I mean kind of just whatever, pick your metaphor there. And just like startups keep an industry vibrant, just like in Silicon Valley, creators do the same thing when it comes to the production of content. So in 10 years, this relatively new phenomenon, which I'm consider, at least for young people, is pretty mainstream, but I think for the general population, it's not quite there yet, I think is going to be pretty mainstream. When I go visit Burbank in California, right down the street from the largest studio in the world, 100-year-old studio, Disney, there are all of these startup studios led by creators like Rhett and Link, Alan Chicken Chow, etc. 10,000 square foot studios where they're producing amazing content. It's done differently. It's done in a very YouTube style. It's done with their personalities, but they're doing, kind of roughly what big studios were doing before. They're just doing it on a different sort of scale, different budgets, etc.
You see, YouTube has a vision in the whole world, and YouTube is not just there to giving you views, making you trend, and leaving you that way. You must make sure that you cope up with how YouTube is evolving day by day, with how YouTube is trying to bring something new, and you're not going to be there as just a YouTuber earning on AdSense and everything. You are supposed to be having a mindset of building a business, trying to bring something new in the YouTube platform, and of course, trying to build something that will last, something that will make you be earning for something like 2 years or maybe 3 years in YouTube. And the only way you can cope up with the YouTube vision and how YouTube is thinking of is just by making good audience, building audience, trying to monetize properly, and just using things that YouTube is bringing. Now in the last years, YouTube has brought some AI tools in the YouTube platform just to make things easier. And some people are really confusing it with thinking that is a replacement. They think that AI is just a replacement of YouTube creativity on how people can really create content.
First and foremost is, I don't think our systems, whether it's the algorithm that Logan's alluding to, or monetization, or what have you, should honestly discriminate one way or the other, whether something was generated via AI, like VO or something like that, or done sort of with a traditional sort of camera, or some combination. Just like new video editing tools are invented all the time, new ways to modify your video are being invented all the time. I really view all of these AI tools that we're creating as exactly that, tools. They should enable creative people like yourself, like Logan, like others, to do what they do best, which is produce amazing content for their audiences. And so that's the first thing that I would say. And I think that applies to our discovery algorithms, it applies to monetization. Having said that, I also recognize that with AI tools, the cost of production can go down dramatically if you're just in the business of trying to produce this kind of giant quantity of content and sort of put it out there to see what happens. Like, that has now become dramatically easier. So I think it is incumbent on how YouTube works to make sure that we are not, that users don't get flooded with, quote unquote, sort of low quality content or whatever.
AI tools is not a replacement. AI tools is just like fueling you to make more contents, helping you to do scripting, helping you to brainstorm your content. So all in all, you're not supposed to be doing things with AI. You're not supposed to be making videos, making easy videos with AI and trying to ease in things using AI and not your demonic power, not your demonic effort. That is